Good morning. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Toledo on this pretty but hazy Sunday morning, July 19th, 2026. Yep, that's where we're at. I'm Terry McCauley, today's service associate, and I'm here with Rebecca Phillips, today's speaker. Jeffrey Maxey, our music director, is at the piano today. And Ginny Gottman, our director of lifelong learning, will tell today's story. We are a church with no official creed. Our only doctrine is love, the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. Excuse me. The lay services we are enjoying this summer are part of a long UU tradition of freedom of the pulpit. We welcome everyone, as we sang in our opening song, and we really mean it. If you are a visitor, you may notice in the pew rack in front of you a yellow card. Your filling it out helps us to know that we have new seekers. And if you include your email address, we will send you our weekly UUFYI newsletter with announcements of our various activities. As you meet people today, smile, say hello, and feel free to introduce yourself. We'd love to know who you are, and ask any questions you may have. We like talking about our church. We also welcome everyone joining us online via our Toledo Unitarians YouTube channel, wherever you live this morning or later when you tune in. And we do hope this time serves your spirit.
Well, I'm Rebecca Phillips, and I'll be adding to Terry's welcome because it really is good to see so many people out. Terry is going to be lighting our chalice here in a moment. And the flame of the chalice that we light every Sunday symbolizes courage and illumination, and it honors our search for truth and meaning. So if you will, let's say the words for the chalice lighting together, and they're in your order of service, and probably they'll be on the screen while Terry lights the flame. Our chalice has the spirit of Unitarian Universalism. We light it centered in love. May it glow with sacredness and shine for each and for all. And now let's continue reciting together with Terry leading us. Is it not wanting to? Got it, okay. Sometimes it's hard to find the light. You know, you might have noticed the sky the other day, but anyway. We'll continue reciting together as Terry leads us in the covenant of this congregation. It's not a creed, but it's what we share with general agreement and what we as a religious community work toward.
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
And please rise in body or spirit and join in our opening hymn, Earth Was Given as a Garden.
Earth was given as a garden, cradle for humanity, tree of life and tree of knowledge, place for discovery. It was home for all earth creatures, born of land and sky and sea, all created in your image, all to live in harmony. All was given a garden where all life goes fresh and free. Gently guide the sons and daughters into maturity. Teach us how to trust each other, how to use for good our power, how to touch the earth with reverence, and once more with freedom fall. Bless the earth and all your children, one creation make us whole, interwoven, dark and melted, time and tide and heal the soul. Holy Mother, life bestowing, did our waste and all fresh seas, fill us all with grace o'erflowing, teach us how to live in peace.
Good morning. I would like to invite all of our young children to come to the front to help us with today's special thing. All right, good morning, good morning. So today we are going to do something a little different. We are, all of us together, going to learn a song. It's called the Garden Song. It was written by Dave Mallet, but we are going to be singing Arlo Guthrie's version today because Arlo Guthrie is superior to everyone. So we are going to learn this song two ways. First, I will say a line, and one of the kids will repeat the line into the mic. And you guys all repeat it along with the child who's repeating it into the mic. Yes? Yes. All right, here we go. Who wants to be my first repeater? Joshua. All right, can you come? Okay. Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Gonna make this garden grow.
This garden grow.
Gonna mulch it deep and low.
Gonna mulch it deep and low.
Gonna make it fertile ground.
Gonna make it fertile ground.
Excellent. All right, that's half of it. We're going to do the second half. Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Please bless these seeds I sow.
Please bless these seeds I sow.
Please keep them safe below.
Please keep them safe below.
till the rain comes tumbling down.
Comes tumbling down.
Excellent. Okay. That is all we need to learn. Jeffrey's going to sing the song. He's going to do the verses of the song by himself. We will help him out with the chorus. Now, our second method of learning is this. In case anyone forgets some of the lines, I will be calling them out in advance. So, hear me, don't sing with me. Hear Jeffrey sing with Jeffrey. Okay, and we will do this the best we can because it's extremely important. Okay, are you ready, Jeffrey?
I am ready.
Here we go.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Gonna make this garden grow.
Gonna make this garden grow.
Mulch it deep and low.
Gonna mulch it deep and low.
Make it fertile
Gonna
ground.
make it fertile ground.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Please bless these seeds.
Please bless these seeds I sow.
Keep them safe below.
Keep safe below
Till the rain.
rain comes tumbling down.
Now, Jeffrey.
Pulling weeds and picking stones. We are made of dreams and bones. Need a place to call my own, 'cause my time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain. Find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Make this garden grow.
Gonna make this garden grow.
Mulch it deep and low.
Low.
Gonna make it fertile
make
ground.
it fertile ground.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by
Please
row.
bless these seeds.
Please bless these seeds I sow.
Please keep them safe below.
Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, seasoned with a prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her loving care. Oh, grow watching from a tree. He's got his hungry eye on me. In my garden, I'm as free as a feather thief up there.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Gonna make this garden grow.
Gonna make this garden grow.
Gonna mulch it deep and low.
Gonna mulch it deep and low.
Gonna make it fertile
make
ground.
it fertile ground.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Please bless these seeds.
Please bless these seeds I sow.
Please keep them safe below.
Please keep them safe below.
Till the rain comes tumbling
comes
down.
tumbling down.
Jeffrey, one last time.
Inch by inch, row by row. Make this garden grow.
Mulch it deep and low.
Gonna mulch it deep and low.
Make it
Gonna
fertile
make
ground.
it fertile ground.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Please bless these seeds.
Please bless these seeds I sow.
Please keep them safe below.
Please keep them safe below.
Till the rain comes
till
tumbling
the rain
down.
comes tumbling down.
And let's sing the children on their way. In this first of 3 intentional times of spiritual practice in our Sunday services, we look beyond ourselves, considering celebrations and sorrows in our lives as well as the general state of things. Much is happening, both in the wider world and in our UU family. Our thoughts continue, as always, to be with the McGees. This week, Toledo and huge swaths of the United States have experienced some kind of scary air quality. And in the meantime, entire communities in parts of our northern neighbor have been completely destroyed by wildfire. War has broken out again in the Middle East. Lots to think about. This morning, then, I want us to lean into a prayer that comes to us from the Ojibwe tradition. Grandfather, look at our brokenness. We know that in all creation, only the human family has strayed from the sacred way. We know that we are the ones who are divided, and we are the ones who must come back together to walk the sacred way. Sacred One, teach us love, compassion, and honor, that we may heal the earth and each other. I'd like us all to take just a moment to consider where we are. The pews on which some of you are sitting and the lectern at which I'm standing were once living trees as are the orders of service that some of you may be holding in your hands. This church building sits on earth, an earth that's full of life. And as we breathe in and out, we take part in that life. I ask us all to breathe quietly while I share a reading by Lynn Cox. Bring us close to the earth. Spirit of life, ground of our being, root of unified mystery, growing into myriad branches of expression. Bring us together now. Bring us close to the earth, ear to the whispering grass, quietly, attentively, waiting with slow breaths, listening for the very stones to cry out with their rocky stories of tectonic plates meeting and parting, meeting their mineral memories, molten rocks flowing and joining their ancient legends, legends of stars born out of the collapse of other stars. Help us to remember. Help us to piece together our oneness with matter, our oneness that matters. With one more deep breath, may we rise, star stuff, walking and rolling across the surface of an impossible blue-green planet. May we join together to heal what is divided. May we find wholeness within, without, among, between. Eternal source, seed of the universe, help us to grow peace. So be it. Blessed be. Amen.
Spirit of life, come me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Today's reading is from 12th century abbess Hildegard of Bingen, who, besides writing the first medical manual for women and first church music for women's choirs, developed a theology of what she called greenness, variously described as the life force or spirit. I, the fiery life of divine wisdom, am a flame beyond the beauty of the meadows. I sparkle the waters, I burn in the sun and the moon and the stars. The earth which sustains humanity must not be injured. It must not be destroyed. The soul is a breath of living spirit that with excellent sensitivity permeates the entire body to give it life. Just so the breath of the air makes the earth fruitful. Thus the air is the soul of the earth, moistening it, greening it. There is the music of heaven in all things, and we have forgotten how to hear it until we sing.
Today's reflection grew out of one I gave at another church a few years ago, in which, inspired by an acquaintance's sermon on the sacred garden, I followed a goat trail, exploring connections and divergences between the sacred garden in the Abrahamic traditions, we sometimes call the Judeo-Christian tradition, but that's a little narrow, links between that and the sixth source of Unitarian Universalism as it appeared in the front of the hymnal that my church used at that time. And in case you've forgotten what that was, it was the spiritual teachings of earth-centered traditions which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature, which is kind of like the value of interdependence that we see in our current floral graphic with love at the center. Now, we probably all know what a garden is, or we think we do, but I'm going to suggest that garden as an image of harmony is problematic, and there'll be more on that later. And words evolve, and so we might wonder, well, what do we mean by an earth-centered tradition? And that's a whole huge academic discussion that you'll be very grateful I'm not going to go into. I was a teacher, what can I say? If we go back far enough, though, all religions were literally earth-centered. Take a look at the cave paintings of Paleolithic Europe where my ancestors lived. People actually went way underground with no reliable light source into places that would not be safe even now to paint giant animal images on the living rock of cave walls. And you can't get much more earth-centered than that. I'm afraid, though, that I'm going to complicate the entire notion of peaceful, harmonious, earth-centered traditions, because Homo sapiens sapiens has been a destructive creature ever since our species first spread out from the savannas of Africa. To summarize the depressing news, if there ever were a Garden of Eden in which all living things were in harmony, that garden quite likely did not include humans. It seems that wherever humans have migrated for at least the last 50,000 years, other species, particularly the large and tasty, have died out. 35% of Europe's large mammals became extinct after the arrival of Homo sapiens. In Australia's island ecosystems, the arrival of humans saw the disappearance of 82% of large animals within just a few thousand years. And over here, Native Americans are implicated in the extinction of the woolly mammoth, the giant sloth, and the ancient horse, although climate change seems to have helped that extinction process along. No surprise there. The deforestation and related habitat loss caused by the development of agriculture, yes, those first gardens, killed off yet more species, and the poor agricultural practices of ancient Babylonians, Sumerians, and Israelites, among others, turned the formerly fertile lands of Mesopotamia, Anatolia, and Canaan into the deserts of today's Middle East. We've not done a very good job of taking care of the sacred garden. And if we want to be brutally honest about the matter, and my apologies to all my fellow gardeners out there, gardens themselves are not exactly peaceful places in harmony with nature. Is there anyone here who has ever deprived some poor bird, groundhog, or deer of the produce in your garden? Have you ever willfully done away with a cabbage worm? I thought so. And it's not just modern humans. The ancient Mayan word for farmer, which I learned volunteering at a scientific botanical garden in Yucatan, the word for farmer translates as the one who kills the plants. But not for the reason you're thinking. They called the farmer plant killer because to grow plants for human consumption, we generally have to kill the plants that were already growing in that spot, depriving other animals of a food source. Ouch. However, before we get too depressed and decide that the world would be better off had ancient hominids never stood upright on the savannah, we might want to reflect. We evolved along with everything else. I think most scientists would accept that, and I think most UUs would as well. But unlike everything else, or everything else as far as I know, because gosh, we're learning new things all the time, we humans have the capacity for awareness of our long history on this planet and the relationship to other beings that it implies. I give this litany of human-caused disasters as a reminder that there never was a golden age of eco-harmony from which we alone have fallen. Many of our current problems, or at least it seems to me, are caused by two things: our sheer numbers and our technological sophistication. A lot more people than ever existed before have a lot more things, and so are doing a lot more damage. We can't go back to being hunter-gatherers without eliminating 90% or so of the human population, and I doubt that most of us want the responsibility of deciding which 10% gets to stay, even if some completely bizarre turn of events gave us the power to do so. No. For better or worse, our future on this planet has to grow out of the cultures that we've created, based on the knowledge we have of our interconnectedness with the rest of the world. And let's face it, our technology has made it possible for large numbers of people to do what earlier humans only dreamed of doing: stay warm in winter and cool in summer, cover great distances quickly, communicate across vast reaches of time and space, and eat fresh food year-round without fear of famine, though we do have to think about the occasional parasite. Still, I suspect that most of our predecessors would have embraced our way of life, or at least its good parts, if they could have. Early humans, however, had no choice but to be in some kind of balance or harmony with nature. They were part of it, migrating with the seasons, hunting and gathering their food, trying not to be someone else's food. Even in the earliest days of our species, though, there seems to have been a sense of awe regarding the world. Nature was not only red in tooth and claw, as the Victorian poet Tennyson described it in a moment of horror at the reality of death. When our Paleolithic predecessors went into the womb of Mother Earth to create those amazing paintings of the animals they hoped she would bring forth, they took the time, under the most inhospitable conditions, to create something beautiful. When they made those rotund little female figures that seemed to represent natural abundance, they kept these hopeful reminders, like the Venus of Willendorf, in their cave dwellings. Going back even further, like literally 100,000 years, some Neanderthals buried their dead with flowers, curled in a fetal position facing the rising sun. Neanderthals. Though it's unlikely that these early people had a sense that nature was something they needed to protect, given how much they needed protection from a lot of nature, They knew in their bones that they participated in the cycles of this physical world. And it's this awareness that seems to have dimmed in many of us today. Our technological caves are so comfortable that it's easy for us not to notice what the rest of the living world is doing. And our inattention has allowed us to go a long way toward trashing the only home we have. Hence, in my view, the wisdom of the UUA's 1995 decision to call our attention to those earth-centered or nature-centered traditions as one of the sources of our faith. And those traditions were worldwide. When I was a young thing, most of the Greek myths struck me as distressingly violent and patriarchal, since they generally featured Zeus or some other god dragging off some unwilling human female. And yet, the Homeric hymns, some of the earliest Greek literature, praise the well-founded earth. Mother of all beings, to you we owe our lives. And in the even more ancient Atharva Veda of India is this description. Untrammeled in the midst of men, the earth, adorned with heights and gentle slopes and plains, bears plants and herbs of various healing powers. On you are ocean, river, and all waters. On you move all that breathes and stirs abroad. All creatures born from you move round upon you. You carry all that has 2 legs, 3 or 4. To you, O earth, belong those mortals upon whom the rising sun sheds the immortal splendor of his rays. This sense of the intermingling of the human, the earthly, and the divine continued in the pagan traditions of Europe, as well as of many other peoples throughout the world. Much of the language of the ancient Hebrew scriptures deals explicitly with humans and their relationship to the land in which they found themselves, language that continues to move people today. How many have spoken of the land of milk and honey, used Garden of Eden as a metaphor for perfection, or found comfort in the words of the psalmist, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Early Irish Christians merged their native traditions with their new faith, and for many years wrote of the earth as the place where God walked and spoke with us. Sadly, a more dualistic theology that privileged spirit over matter became dominant for many centuries. But some thinkers, even during those long years, have called on us to pay the kind of attention that is the basis of any awareness. Hildegard was not the only Christian writer to express her sense of the sacredness of creation. 150 years after Hildegard, Meister Eckhart wrote, if I were alone in a desert and feeling afraid, I would want a child to be with me. But if I could not have a child with me, I would like to have a living animal at my side to comfort me. Therefore, let those who bring about wonderful things in their big, dark books take an animal to help them. The life within the animal will give them strength in turn, for equality gives strength in all things and at all times. In the 14th century, during the Black Death, the Englishwoman Julian of Norwich meditated on the earth as a blue ball the size of a hazelnut resting in the hand of God, sustained by divine love. Even the 18th century Puritan Jonathan Edwards, the sinners in the hands of an angry God guy, you might remember him, he wrote of regularly going into the woods to meditate. And he sometimes found that all he saw was bathed in what he called a divine and supernatural light. In the 19th century, the Unitarians Emerson and Thoreau called us to attend to nature before blindly following whatever the current cultural expectations were. In Walking, Thoreau expressed amazement that so many people could spend their days in closed rooms when there was all the world to be explored outside one's door. He went further, claiming that every real walk is a sort of crusade to go forth and conquer this holy land from the hands of the infidels. Let it be noted that the Concord, Massachusetts, where Thoreau did most of his walking, seemed to most people about as sacred and magical as Perrysburg. And that, of course, is the point, if one attends to nature-centered traditions. Perrysburg is sacred, as are Maumee and Toledo and Temperance and all the other places in which we find ourselves. This is the point that Adele Getty makes in a 1983 essay, Finding the Native Within. We do not need to retrace the steps of our ancient pagan ancestors, which is good because we can't all afford to go to Stonehenge, or track down a Native American healer to find sacred space. We simply need to pay attention to the place where we are, because all places are holy when fully experienced. In Braiding Sweetgrass, Potawatomi writer Robin Wall Kimmerer notes that Nanaboso, the first man, had to learn his way into the world. He was born not knowing his place in all the senses of that term. The world around him became his teacher, and the knowledge he acquired became what we know as indigenous wisdom. Kimmerer suggests that we can all acquire that wisdom with a little attention and humility. If we know our places, know the plants and the animals and the dirt and the water, we will be more likely to be attuned to their rhythms, able to understand their needs, and participate in a knowledgeable way in the sacred circle of life in those places. And so there's yet another link between faith and action, tying ancient traditions in with our lives as 21st century Unitarian Universalists. All the sources of our faith merge with our own direct experience and the reason and the knowledge that humans have so laboriously developed to allow us to live conscious lives on the only planet we have. If we really pay attention to the life around us, it might be, as Hildegard said so long ago, we shall awaken from our dullness and rise vigorously toward justice. If we fall in love with creation deeper and deeper, we will respond to its endangerment with passion. May it be so.
It's offering time. We give our surplus not out of fear of divine punishment, nor for a transaction of prosperity. We give what we can, when we can, because we care. Our church community is supported by volunteers, among whom are back in the AV section, Jeff Slauson is working very diligently back there today. We've got greeters in the lobby, got religious educators, religious education helpers for today's RE activities, and the kitchen crew preparing for coffee hour. But no surprise, keeping the church going also requires money. So we will pass the baskets here in the sanctuary, and all of you, including our YouTube viewers, can also donate electronically or by mail. Thank you for being generous in helping Unitarian Universalism to thrive in Toledo. Congregational singing?
Go for it.
Number 163, For the Earth Forever Turning.
For the earth forever turning, hills and pastures in their silent majesty. For the stars, for all the heavens sing, we are joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons harmony, for our lives, for all creation, sing we are joyful praise of thee. For the world we raise our voices, for the home that gives us birth. In our glory we sing, returning home to our blue-green hills of earth.
And we're at the coming soon part of our service. And let me say, in case you didn't realize it, we are a very busy congregation. And I really want to call everyone's attention to the FYI. If you don't get it in an email, it's on our website, and we have printouts in the lobby. Next Sunday, John Fredericks will be the speaker for our service.
And next week's spiritual forum will be Devin Fitzpatrick on the spiritual side of mental health.
And with lots going on this week, I do want to highlight that the men's group meets this evening, and Together Women Rise tomorrow evening, both at 5:30 here at the church.
And Thursday brings our monthly international dining event. This time, it's at Roast High on Monroe Street at 5:30. Contact Tim Reichard for information.
And I wasn't kidding when I said there was a lot going on. The next few weeks bring multi-faith council events, volunteer opportunities, and you might want to see Joe Moran about connecting kids to meals. There's a field trip coming up, and if you have not checked your directory information, there are printouts in the lobby because we're going to have a new online directory. And of course, items for social action Saturday are always welcome. And for details, I really call your attention to the FYI. Yeah. Oh, we're good. Okay.
Yep, we're done.
And in that case, I had to get the announcements at the last minute, and so I'm sliding in an extra piece of paper. Let us join together in reciting the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which was not the one that I was putting in the order of service. So do you have the other version as well? Let's do it. The whole law is summed up in a single commandment. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Okay, and now Terry is going to extinguish our chalice.
We'll get there.
Yep, all right. Just looking around here. As we extinguish this chalice, let us remember the flame of life in all things, the bright center of our planet, the star that lights our world, and the way those points of brightness connect within us and within all things. May we carry the light. May we share it freely. May we find it everywhere. Blessed be. Go in peace.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Every up a world. I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine.